going on, Khan? Welcome to a new series I'm starting called Prefabbing, and this episode will be prefabbing a fucking bungalow, as you can clearly see in the title, unless you're unable to read. Episodes in this series will be far and few between, just because they take a really fucking long time to make, because, you know, you gotta map the fucking bloody prefab itself, then you gotta compile every time you want to make a progress shot, do the XCam, record that, put in the video. It takes a long time, basically. So what you're watching is the 360 pan of the bungalow from grey box to detail. So massive shout out to Simbo for creating the XCam in Maya to perform the 360 pan used in this video. So the inspiration for this bungalow specific prefab I'm making is just from real life. Past one IRL, I was like, looks pretty good, kind of want to remake that. So here we are. This is just all based off memory, by the way. There's no images for this shit. So moving on to the interior, here we are in the kitchen. I decided to add a brick wall for the divider between the buildings because I feel like that makes the most sense. And here's the bathroom, just fucking detailing it nice. I actually made the fucking bathroom, fucked up, overrid the fucking prefab, and then had to remake it again. So that was fucking fun. So here we are on the outside, just to see before and after of the interior. Before it had one, now it does. And as it loops back around, we'll see on the other side where I did the same thing essentially. So as this is something completely new to my channel, I would greatly appreciate your opinion on it. So leave a comment below, tell me what you think of these videos. Because depending on the feedback, if people like it or dislike it, may or may not make one in the future. There really is no point to these videos, it's just for mapping purposes, like watch it when you're bored or whatever. Fucking might get inspired by it. So here's a time lapse from the start. Unfortunately, I lost basically all the footage to the fucking mapping bit of it, because when I'm recording while Radiant's open, because Radiant's off the same hard drive that I'm recording on, it fucking, like, Radiant just hogs the hard drive, and then Nvidia Shadowplay just gets fucked, and then the recording just becomes a spastic and completely unusable. So you're only seeing it while there's not that much stuff going on in Radiant, so at the beginning where there's barely anything in the level, and then as soon as you start adding more and more shit, Radiant starts to fucking lag the video files, which is actually why my tutorial series takes such a fucking long time to make, because Radiant constantly corrupts the motherfucking files, which is so fun to work with. But yeah, no. So here I'm just laying down the layout for the bungalow. So each fucking side, the bedroom, the bathroom, kitchen, etc. Just getting a good feel for the space of the room, how to divide them goodly, greatly, not shitly. I don't know the adjective I want to use here, but I basically just fuck with it until I'm happy with it. So as you can see, I'm just cutting out the windows and doors and shit. Then I actually start probing it just for testing the lighting through the windows. And then I just do the same shit on the other side. So I've uploaded this whole map as a prefab for anyone to use in their maps. The only requirement you have to fulfill is fucking credit me, cunt, and you're free to use it. But guess what, motherfuckers? This prefab requires materials you do not have. So I will be releasing my big fuck off PBR Material Pack. I've been working on this slut for like, I don't know, 6 months. It's basically just a huge collection of PBR materials I got from CCO websites, which means you have full rights to use them, and materials I made myself in Substance Designer. Every single one of these materials are set up properly in Ape, so they've got proper spec maps, gloss maps, occlusion maps, detail normal maps, all the fucking maps you can imagine, and I'm fucking releasing it to all you cunts. So shout out to me, link is in the description. Once it's installed, all you have to do is open Radiant, search PBR, and there's your fucking materials. So as you can see, I'm just scrolling through all the materials you'll get. There's actually even more since I recorded this footage. So you're getting a lot of materials. By the way, the pack is 18 gig. So as you can see, I've even created reveal maps for a lot of the materials, so you can blend them into terrains and shit, as you should be able to with most fucking terrain shit. By the way, this also has a lava material that was used on Zella's Town Reimagined. I know a lot of you cunts have been asking me for it, so now you can finally get it through this pack. So enough about this PBR bullshit. Here's some pan shots of the bungalow. As you can see, it looks absolutely exquisite, although in my opinion maybe a little bit biased. So here's some examples of the cunt in a bunch of different lighting states, and here it is at night in-game. Don't worry, I'll also show some in-game footage at daytime later on. The uploaded prefab won't have any models at all in it, because you're probably going to be missing 90% of them, and you'll just see a bunch of square boxes everywhere, so you will have to furnish this yourself. But the brushwork and patchwork is all still going to be there. And I won't be deleting the stock assets, because you definitely have those. Unless you fucked your tools, then in that case you're just fucking fucked, aren't you? If you're enjoying this video, it'd be greatly appreciated if you like the video and subscribe if you haven't. And since these videos are a massive investment on my behalf in terms of time and fucking brain energy, Need that brain energy, you know what I mean? It would be greatly appreciated if you checked out my Patreon and supported me there. You can get early access to videos, even fucking levels. I have tons of rewards on the Patreon tiers you can get over there, so be sure to check that out. All the links to everything are in the description. So here I'm just showing an example of what you could do with this prefab. I'm just copying and pasting it a bunch to make it a little small motherfucking area thingamajig where people live. I don't know. It's just some bullshit. But I'm sure you can come up with better things on your own with this. I better not see this in no more fucking Zixology map, box maps. But yeah, that's essentially the gist of the entire video. So I'm gonna leave you with some gameplay of the map and fuck off. I'll see you cunts in the next one.
Insta-kill.